Houston at Minute Maid Park. Game number 4 of the World Series coming your way in a moment. But right now, we're going to send it over to public address announcer Bob Ford.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we kindly ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the presentation of our nation's colors. Our honor guard this evening, the Houston Police Department Color Guard. Joining us to perform our anthem this evening, please welcome from the Houston Police Department, HPD Houston Blues. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes
and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
and the rockets
red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The Astros have not lost at home this entire postseason. See if the Dodgers have something to say about that. When we come back, Joe Buck, John Smoltz have the call on Fox.
And away we go in Game 4 of the 2017 World Series. Going to be fun tonight. The first 3 games have been great, action-packed, and a lot of suspense. The Houston Astros lead this World Series 2 games to 1. It's the Dodgers and the Astros tonight on Fox. And welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck with the Hall of Famer John Smoltz. Smoltz, pitcher, will stick with pitching and talk about the Dodgers and their left-hander Alex Wood. He's made 1 start in the last 31 days. He's a touch-and-feel pitcher. It's going to be interesting to see how he comes out of the gate here tonight.
Yeah, rust, but really it's more about being too strong. And when you're too strong, your changeup and your slider, curveball suffer. Fastball won't be an issue, but look at the first 2 innings to see if he can come out and have that feel and touch. Look, you got to think that you're the first half pitcher. He was unbeatable in the first half, 10-0, but in the second half it's been a little different. 1 start in the postseason against the Cubs. They need him to go 5 to 6 innings to reset the bullpen.
The Dodgers down 2 games to 1 also need the top 4 guys in their lineup to get it going, because the first 2 rounds of the postseason they were outstanding.
They really were, and that's where you have to trust the process, and your manager's not going to show you a lack of confidence by making wholesale changes. But these guys must get going. This is the heart of the lineup. This is a feared lineup, and it so quickly can turn in the postseason. Just 1 hit here or there turns the lineup and gains momentum.
All right, now on the other side, it's Charlie Morton getting the ball for the Houston Astros. Last time we saw him outstanding against the Yankees, but now he doesn't have the safety net of Lance McCullers behind him or Brad Peacock. The Astros need length out of Charlie Morton.
They do, but he's in a good scenario. Up 2 games to 1 with his teammates Keuchel and Verlander to follow. I think for Morton, he has to just think about Game 7. It was unbelievable, and he's been great at home. Those numbers in the last 4 home starts are going to get it done. All you have to do is go out and think about Game 7. Duplicate that. Easier said than done.
Yeah, we'll find out how he gets through tonight. These 2 teams are loose, I guess, and getting set to go. Whether the Dodgers or the Astros. It's Game 4 tonight on Fox.
The World Series. Two teams engaged in an extended contest, a battle, if you will, for the right to be champion. A mano-a-mano competition between a pitcher and a batter. And before you know it, the hearts and souls of two cities rest in the balance. And with each pitch, with each out, one gets closer to realizing a dream while the other is left to wonder, what happened? It's the World Series.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by YouTube TV. Cable-free live TV is here. Great city of Houston, Texas, home to the Astros, up 2-1. And they have done it many different ways in the postseason, the least of which is defensively. Man, have they made some plays. Plays at the plate, plays in the outfield. Last night we saw Altuve make a play from shallow right. They've been impressive, and they've supported this very good pitching here at home, where they've allowed 3 runs or fewer in 7 straight postseason games here at Minute Maid Park. Let's go down to the field and check in for the first time tonight with Tom Verducci.
Thanks, Joe. The central design element to Minute Maid Park is Union Station, where 140 passenger trains used to go through every day with names like Houston Zephyr and Texas Eagle. Those trains stopped long ago, but the rumble is back. It's the sound of a town and a team that will not be stopped. Since Hurricane Harvey, the Astros are 17-2 here, including 7-0 in the postseason against the 3 highest payrolls: Dodgers, Yankees, and Red Sox. And now the Dodgers, just to get this series back to Los Angeles, will have to do something here that nobody has done this postseason: stop this runaway train. Now here's Ken Rosenthal.
Tom, when the day began, there was no guarantee that Yuli Gurriel would be in the Astros lineup tonight. But baseball chose not to discipline Gurriel during the World Series for his racist gesture, suspending him for the first 5 games of next season instead. The question now is Gurriel's state of mind. He's a huge part of the Astros offense, batting .340 in the postseason. Teammates have been talking to him all day, trying to boost his spirits. A.J. Hinch says Gurriel is remorseful and mature enough to handle the added scrutiny. Joe?
All right, thanks, guys, and we'll get into that as this night goes along. Here's the Dodgers lineup. It's the same as last night, and just to let the cat out of the bag, so's the Astros. But we're going to show you them anyway. Here's Chris Taylor, Corey Seager, and Justin Turner, the top 3 in the lineup. In the middle, it's Cody Bellinger, Yasiel Puig, and Logan Forsythe getting the start. At second base, the backhand, Austin Barnes, Jock Peterson, and Kike Hernandez, the left fielder. On the mound is the right-hander, Charlie Morton. That's what he did in Game 7 against the Yankees here not long ago.
Yeah, that was a huge start for him. He loves pitching at home, and 10-3 on the year, and he hasn't given up a run in a postseason at home.
So Chris Taylor is getting set to go. 0 for 8 in this World Series since he knocked the first pitch out of the ballpark that he saw from Dallas Keuchel. Glad you're with us tonight on Fox. Game 4, strike 1. Oh, we got to throw that ball out of play. That is going on somebody's mantle, and Charlie Morton is going to trade with Laz Diaz, the home plate umpire.
Well, Charlie Morton is a different pitcher than a few years ago. More of a 4-seam fastball strikeout pitcher, pitching away from contact. When with Pittsburgh, he pitched towards contact. Curveball, slider, occasional change.
That's into center, and Taylor is on to start the night for the Dodgers. And after the leadoff base hit, we will give you our Lincoln Motor Company keys to the game.
Well, I am from Motown, so I can say the 4 tops, and that is the top 4 in the lineup's got to get going for the Dodgers. And then, of course, for the Astros, House of Pain. That is what it's been for visitors. I said earlier in the series that the Astros were going to have to dent the bullpen at some point to beat the Dodgers. They did that in Game 2. Now the Dodgers are going to have to return the favor and find a win in this ballpark.
Seager takes a strike. Corey Seager 3 for 11 in this World Series. Hit a home run in Game 2. Last night up in a key spot with the bases loaded, nobody out, down by 4, and hit into a double play. Check on Taylor, who not only popped 21 home runs during the regular season, but stole 17 bases.
Charlie's got quick feet for a big guy, and you would think he gets down the mound in his stride. He doesn't. He's a short strider, which means his extension's not a large one to home plate.
Breaking ball is fouled away. That's strike 2.
And that has been a theme in this series for both teams. Nobody is hitting with 2 strikes. That's how good the pitching has been. You get to 2 strikes, the opponent's batting average really bad.
Seager strikes out.
Well, the Astros love spinning a baseball. We saw it out of McCullers. We've seen it out of Verlander. And now Charlie Morton will do the same thing. And until the Dodgers change their approach and can lay off that pitch, look for that pitch against the left-handers to be successful.
Here's Justin Turner. He had a double and a run scored last night. So far in this World Series, 2 out of 13 with a big home run in Game 1. Dodgers won Game 1. Astros won in 11 innings in Game 2 and won last night. 5-3.
That'll also be a big pitch for Charlie Morton. Inside jamming, especially Turner. 13 hit batsmen this year for Charlie. Trying to pound the ball in to give the outside corner a little more freedom for him when he wants to go there.
That's foul. The story for Charlie Morton, he's been on the disabled list 9 times. He had a career record of 46 and 71 with an ERA of 4.5 into this year. But the Astros saw something they liked, gave him a 2-year $14 million deal, and he rewarded them with a 14-7 regular season. He has been a ground ball machine, and he's 1-1 this postseason. The 1-1. That's down, ball 2. Former 3rd-round pick of the Atlanta Braves in 02, came up in 08, traded to Pittsburgh and was there 2009 to 2015. Spent a year in Philadelphia, tore his hamstring, and got the deal with the Astros, pitching in the World Series. And another check on Chris Taylor.
Well, for the guys that have faced Morton, the ones that have had the most success are on the bench. Against the starting lineup, only Turner has hits against Morton. 2 of them.
Mile high on the infield. Correa to his right. 2 out. Before the game, the Dodgers got together in their dugout. Corey Seager, the 23-year-old shortstop, was in the middle of that. Yu Darvish was in there as well, and set the tone here before the Astros took the field.
Well, baseball, unlike football, you have to temper your emotions.
Here's Cody Bellinger, 0 for 11. A delayed steal, throw down, inning over. And McCann throws out his first base stealer in over 2 months. Delayed steal didn't work. McCann got him after a half. No score. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Budweiser, who reminds you to give a damn, don't drive drunk. And by Indeed.com. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. George Springer will lead it off. Same look as last night. Alex Bregman bats in the #2 spot, then Jose Altuve. In the middle, it's Carlos Correa, Yuli Gurriel, Josh Reddick. The back end of the lineup, the DH Gaddis, the left fielder Gonzalez, the catcher Brian McCann, who just caught his first base stealer since June. And for the Astros, the first time they've caught a potential base stealer in over 2 months. Here's Alex Wood. Had a great regular season, John, but it's been a while. As I said, one start in the last 31 days. Strike one on Springer.
Yeah, and I don't think the fastball will be an issue as much as can he have the touch with that changeup. He really needs a changeup against this lineup. He's unorthodox. He starts down in his motion like he's going to crouch down, then he picks back up and goes over the top. Funky mechanics. When he's throwing to the corners, really tough to hit.
Not only was he 10-0 at the break, he really started 11-0 as he won his first time out after the break. So he was 11-0 to begin the year, an ERA of 1.5. 5-4 since, with an ERA of 4.35.
Yeah, and they tried to control his innings because he pitched out of the pen the year before, and it was an unexpected kind of start out of the gate, and they kept him in the rotation.
2 balls and a strike on Springer.
Fastball, changeup. You want to call it a power curve or slider.
I think Springer, by the way, is saying that pitch hit him. And he looked in at A.J. Hinch. And we're waiting to find out if the Astros are going to challenge this. Looked like I might have clipped him on the right shoe.
Oh, yeah.
And here comes A.J. Hinch. And they're going to take a look at it. And why not? You get an extra challenge in the postseason. So Hinch has 2 at his disposal. And why end the game with challenges in your pocket if they get a leadoff man on here? This replay review is sponsored by W.B. Mason. They're going to give it a look. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, the hitter, you got to trust him in this case, knowing that it might have touched the toe. It's just going to be whether or not the evidence verifies that. We saw one earlier against the Yankees, one that clipped the pant leg, or supposedly of one of the Yankees, but it didn't get shown based on the evidence.
Yeah, that was against Chase Headley.
Chase Headley, yeah.
I don't know. I could make the argument that it caught him on the foot, but is there clear evidence? No signal. No definitive signal. I guess you're going to say there's not enough evidence to say it hit him. And they're going to keep Springer at the plate. And the count 2-1. And those that are in the crowd here at Minute Maid Park are trying to tell each other what just happened because they don't make the announcement what they're reviewing, which is impossible to explain. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The other thing that's at times hard to explain is the success home versus road. And the Astros struggled all the way until game 2 on the road, broke open. But at home, that has not been the case. 11 homers here.
2-2 from Wood is lifted into the air to right center, and Taylor back to grab it. 1 out. So Springer thought he was hit. I think you could make an argument that he was, but they didn't have the definitive angle, so he stays at the plate and flies out. And if you're Alex Wood, you're happy to get that leadoff man, and the batter will be Alex Bregman.
Yeah, you just want the game to be as close to what you remembered. When I say that, is it's only been 1 start in 32 days. That's a long time, and I can't think of too many guys that have been put under the situation that Alex is in, where that rhythm can't come from the bullpen sessions. It has to come in game, and he has to adjust accordingly.
Bregman takes the ball. So who is Alex Wood? He was the 85th overall pick by Atlanta. in 2012, a second-round pick. Came up in 2013. Went to LA in 2015 in a trade, and maybe Kenny will have time to get into it later, but it was a 14-player trade. And then last year went 1-4. He spent some time on the disabled list this year with shoulder inflammation and had an incredible season of 16-3. That's strike one, 2-1.
Well, with the way the rules work today in a 10-day DL for starting pitchers, you got to identify something of why you go on the DL, but the biggest thing the Dodgers want to do is control his innings.
So you're saying phantom injury?
It could be. You know.
Go out on a limb, Smoltz. You're in the Hall of Fame. Here's a 2-1. That is over but low. 3 balls and a strike.
The limb that led to the trade is the one that I'm sure Alex Wood has a chip on his shoulder, because a lot of conventional wisdom said he's going to break down. He's going to break down. Those mechanics, he's going to break down. He repeats his mechanics.
Left side, Seager glides in, and the big-bodied shortstop takes care of Bregman. 2 out. Here comes Jose Altuve, and this player resume is sponsored by Indeed.com. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. We look at these home postseason games. As you said, John, sometimes it's hard to explain why players or teams are better at home as opposed to on the road. But the Keystone combination, a big reason why this Houston team is 7-0 here in their home park this postseason.
Yeah, trying to become the first team to ever go 8-0.
Ball 1 to Altuve. Houston has a right-hander starting tonight that's good against left-handed hitters. And the Dodgers have a left-hander going tonight that's good against right-handed hitters. Alex Wood limited right-handed batters to a .216 average. 5th lowest by a left-handed starter. That's a strike.
But it's the funkiness of that pitch right there. That 82-mile-an-hour kind of dead fish fastball changeup. That'll be a successful pitch. He's able to navigate. It looked like Altuve was taken the whole way. Rarity.
2-2. Home plate umpire is Laz Diaz. Bill Miller at first, Dan Iasonia at second, Mark Wegner at third. Paul Noward is in left field. Jerry Davis is the crew chief in right, and the replay official back in New York is Phil Cuzzy. Here's a 2-2.
Alex will try and take that slider and bury it back foot. Creates an angle on his fastball low in the zone, and then it just benefits by him throwing that slider off the height of his fastball. That's the key.
Another 2-2. Got it played perfectly. Forsythe to his right. A nice start for Alex Wood, and after 1 in Game 4, this 2017 World Series, no score. Welcome back to the World Series, presented by YouTube TV. Second inning rolls in, no score. Each side by the end of the half inning and sent only 3. Bellinger was at the plate when Chris Taylor saw the ball bounce in and thought he might try to steal second on, in essence, a delayed steal. His first attempted stolen base since September 22nd, and he was thrown out. So Cody Bellinger gets a fresh at bat. The count evens at a ball and a strike.
You don't change anything if you're Charlie Morton and Brian McCann. You've got to keep him frustrated. 4 strikeouts yesterday. The curveball down and in is a big swing and miss. Bellinger trying to get out of a funk here. A
little bit of a delay. Yeah. Strike two. Dave Roberts was like, what? Like Les Diaz was counting his change before he made the strike call. Here's a fly ball into left. Backing up Gonzalez. Bellinger now 0 for 12 in this World Series. How cool was this? Tonight's ceremonial first pitch was thrown by Haley Dawson, who was born with Poland syndrome. She's a 7-year-old who has a 3D printed robotic hand, first built by the College of Engineering at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, there with a brother, and pumped up this crowd. That was neat. Jose Altuve was out there to be a part of it. 1 out, nobody on. Here's Yasiel Puig. Chops it at the plate. Has to hustle. Morton with a play. Good play. 2 out. Puig watched it a little bit and then went down the line and was out by about a step.
Yeah, that had funny spin off of the plate or right in front of it. Watch this ball just kind of almost like a pop-up. Inside, missed his foot.
Did it?
Maybe they're going to ask him.
I thought it hit his foot, and maybe that's why Puig stayed at home plate for just a split. Yeah, that caught him on the foot.
That's why it was such a funny hop up in the air.
Puig just took off. And that's worth giving it a look. If you can review that play, and maybe Dave Roberts has been told that they can't give that a look. The question then would be, I mean, clearly it hits him. That's a foul ball. He's in the box. The question then would be, why did Puig take off? Which made everybody think it didn't hit him in the foot, but it clearly did. And with 2 out, nobody on, a strike is into Logan Forsythe.
Yeah, I think the only thing that he could have asked home plate umpire is to check with the third base umpire. That's it, because I don't think it's reviewable.
So evidently they did check. It's not reviewable with regard to video. And I guess they asked down to the third base umpire for help. And Mark Wegner said it didn't hit him, or he didn't see it. Here's a 1-1 to Forsythe. Inside, 2-1.
Well, either way, Charlie Morton coming off that game 7 didn't have a lot of stress. He was efficient with his pitches, and early on the same is true. The less stress early for Charlie Morton, obviously the better.
With 2 out, nobody on, Forsythe chops one to the right side, and Gurriel to the bag. Good start for Charlie Morton, the 33-year-old, in his first World Series start. No score after an inning and a half. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by the 2017 Lincoln MKX. And by Steal a Base, Steal a Taco, only at Taco Bell. 91 home runs have been hit this postseason, 12 of them so far in the World Series. This means T-Mobile's hurricane recovery donations through Team Rubicon are over $1,030,000. Even more money is being raised via hashtag HR4HR on Twitter. First pitch is a ball to Carlos Correa with Yuli Gurriel and Josh Reddick to follow. Astros went in order in the first on a fly out to center and 2 groundouts. 2-0.
Change up, great pitch against Correa from the left-hand pitcher. Fastball's up, but he covers everything else. 391 against left-handers. Dangerous count here, 2-0.
Correa takes outside, ball 3.
Telling Gonzalez on deck that was a changeup. Gurriel, I'm sorry.
3-1 the count. Correa, big numbers here at home during the postseason. Takes a walk. And that'll bring in Yuli Gurriel, who was the talk of the day before Game 4 of this World Series. With that racially insensitive gesture last night in the direction of Yu Darvish after he took him deep. Major League Baseball cited Yu Darvish's reaction as part of the reason why they determined they would suspend him, Gurriel that is, at the beginning of next year as opposed to for a game during this World Series. There are potentially 4 games left. Suspending him 1 game would be 25% of that. And what Major League Baseball said was, we're not going to punish the entire team for his gesture. And here comes an 0-1 pitch to Gurriel. That's in the dirt, blocked by Barnes. Gurriel has shown remorse. As Yu Darvish said, he'll learn from it. But there was a chance during the day that Major League Baseball is going to hand down a 1-game suspension for this big first baseman of the Houston Astros. They did not. There's another layer to the story. Here's a 1-1 to third. Turner, Forsythe, got them both. 5-4-3. And a big double play turned by the Dodger defense. And just to finish with Gurriel, late last night after the game, A.J. Hinch, the manager of the Astros, 43-year-old third-year manager of the Astros, called Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers. Dave Roberts' mother is Japanese. And A.J. wanted to let him know how sorry he was, how embarrassed he was that happened on his bench. Dave Roberts said he wasn't surprised by the call because of the kind of guy that A.J. Hinch is. And A.J. said, you can react any way you want to react and we'll support you. And Dave Roberts, when we talked to him before the game, said, I want this series to be about the players. It was an unfortunate incident that happened and we're moving on as a team. The Astros are, and he reiterated that he wanted it to be about the guys on the field. How about Forsythe? What a play. Robbing Reddick of a hit to his right. And that gets us through 2 innings of Game 4. Nice play, Logan Forsythe. Dodgers, Astros, no score. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Chevy. Chevy has earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Temperature's actually down. It might get into the 40s tonight. I believe it got down into the 40s last night for Game 3 outside. Inside, this place is all heated up. These fans in a frenzy for their Astros, up 2-1, and Charlie Morton will deal with the bottom 3. Strike 1 poured into Austin Barnes.
Charlie Morton looks really relaxed and downhill with his fastball. Why is that important? Because if he commands his fastball, brings that secondary pitch in, right-handers reverse split. The right-handers of the Dodgers are going to have success against Charlie Morton.
Charlie gave up 7 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings in ALCS Game 3 in New York, and I know you were frustrated for him because he pitched better than those numbers, but since then he's gone 7 scoreless. 5 in the ALCS game, 7 here, and then 2 tonight. A 1-1 to Barnes is outside.
Yeah, pitching can be frustrating when they find ways to get hits, infield hits, bloopers, and then an unorthodox swing, a 3-run homer, and the next thing you know, you're down 3-0. But he bounced back in the most important game of his life in Game 7. It didn't show any ill effects from the previous game.
2-1. Broken bat. Bregman stays down on it. Gets the out. This afternoon, hundreds of kids from the greater Houston community participated in a play ball event. The Houston Astros MLB Youth Academy at Sylvester Turner Park. To learn more, go to playball.org. And then also tonight, RBI softball and baseball champions from St. Louis, Philadelphia, and Hawaii recognized, along with the American Legion champions from Henderson, Nevada, and multiple MLB Youth Academy Players of the Year. And Alex Rodriguez is in the upper tank here at Minute Maid, sitting with them right now. With one out, nobody on, the batter will be Jack Peterson.
Live fastball to go along with his curveball. Jock Peterson has had some good at-bats already for a guy who was not exactly coming in to this postseason on fire. His approach has been pretty good.
Finished the season 6th for his last 63. Here's a fly ball foul, left side, strike 2. Sat out 1 round of the postseason, and now he's been heavily involved in this World Series, where he's gone 2 for 5 with a homer.
Over 50% of the strikeouts against left-handers since the break for Charlie Morton have come with the curveball.
Peterson lays off, ball 1. Number 9 hitter Kike Hernandez on deck with our producer Pete Macheska, our director Matt Gangle. Happy to be bringing you this World Series on Fox. 1-2 pitch from Charlie Morton. 2 out.
That's the go-to pitch against left-handers. They just don't pick it up very well. It's kind of why he has the reverse splits, why left-handers batting average is so down and right-handers a little bit higher, and it's 2 left-handers, 2 strikeouts, 2 curveballs. You see the release point and the spin on the baseball.
So now Kike Hernandez. The right-handers hit 274 against Charlie Morton this year, while lefties 186. Hernandez had the big game 5 at Wrigley Field to stamp the ticket for the Dodgers to get to this World Series with his 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, and a grand slam in that game. 2 for 6 with 1 RBI in this World Series. Outside, 2-0.
That's such a great pitch. Just missed the corner. 97 out there. He was like, you know what, there's nothing I can do with that anyways. I'll take my chances, and you get the benefit of the call for a ball.
Strike 2.
First one Charlie rushed, tried to paint it outside, rushed it just a little bit. You got to go through McCann where he's setting up.
Got it on the outside corner. And Charlie Morton has put up 8 straight scoreless now in the postseason. Painted. No score. Game 4. Alex Wood has faced the minimum through 2 and fires a strike to the DH Evan Gattis. be Gaddis, then Gonzalez, then McCann.
And that's a good thing because Gaddis struggles against most left-handers, changeups and curveballs. So starting him off with a fastball and getting a strike allows Wood to go to work on the secondary pitches.
Boy, fooled him there. Strike two.
He just doesn't pick it up, and for whatever reason, when you've got a good one, you can just keep going down there. He will cover the ball away against left-handers better, but for the most part, he's geared to hit a fastball, and he's geared to hit it to the left side of the field.
That squirts away ball one. You talked, John, about watching Alex Wood try to navigate the first couple of innings. So far, so good.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Listen, when he's on, he's very difficult to pick up, but that's saying if he's starting every 5 days, right? You mentioned about the time off, so some cobwebs and nerves, but he's handled everything in the first 2 innings perfectly.
That's a little cue shot. Bellinger back to grab it. 1 out. Batter will be Marwin Gonzalez. Chevrolet is the official vehicle of Major League Baseball and the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row.
This is the part of the lineup. If Alex Wood were to get into trouble because of the off speed that he has, Gaddis, Gonzalez both struggle with that part. So if he gets into an issue with runners on, he knows those 2 guys he can go to his secondary stuff.
Marwin Gonzalez, strike one. The big game 2 home run off Kenley Jansen to tie it in the 9th, and then last night Gonzalez in his first at bat had an RBI double and a run scored. Out in front of that pitch, strike 2. This area of the lineup for the Astros in this World Series, a combined on-base percentage of .471, 7, 8, and 9 spots. McCann last night, the number 9 hitter, had 3 hits. 2 and 2.
Well, they just do a real good job. Does this Astros lineup? They hunt early and contain late. What I mean by that is they're more structured in the strike zone. Don't expand as much. That's why they were so difficult to strike out as a team. They led all of baseball in the fewest strikeouts. Facing some tough pitchers in this postseason and handled them with the exception of Kershaw.
2-2. Full count. They had the number 1 average. They scored the most runs. They had the fewest strikeouts. They had the 2nd most home runs. That is a big offensive year for a team that can get you 1 through 9.
See, there's where they were, and they made the adjustments. Credit the organization, got some of those strikeouts out of the lineup.
That is a walk after an 0-2 count. And the 2nd walk handed out by Wood. Back in the 1st inning as Brian McCann digs his way in. Watch the pickup on the pitch that bounced in, and then he threw out Chris Taylor. StatCast powered by Amazon Web Services. You see the pop time from mitt to mitt. McCann's mitt into his hand to the glove, in this case of Correa. Easily got Taylor to end the top of the 1st.
McCann usually takes a strike. He's not worried about hitting deep in the count, and he stays on left-handers' curveballs pretty well, so that won't bother him as much. See if Wood tries to jam him in to hit him to that right side double play ground ball.
Strike 1. You see the 3rd baseman Justin Turner is playing at a deep 2nd base spot. 2nd baseman Logan Forsythe is near the bag, and Seager is left on the left side. The shortstop. That's hammered with foul. And strike 2. Another guy who just loves hitting here in Houston his first year as an Astro. And he's been so good, John, this postseason here.
Broke a big, long, hitless streak against left-handers. Don't have to worry about that anymore.
Good job by Barnes of blocking that pitch. Yeah, McCann really broke loose finally offensively when it mattered most, when the Astros got home. Game 6 of the ALCS. He had a nice game 6, had a nice game 7. He's been a rock behind the plate. A smart leader, somebody that has helped guide this pitching staff through October. 1-2 from Wood is down. So he's been able to get 2 strikes, but Alex Wood has had a tough time putting hitters away.
And he's making nice pitches. That's what you want to do when you get to 2 strikes. Those were back-to-back changeups. See if he goes fastball in or curveball away. I don't think he'll throw 3 changeups in a row. McCann took those pretty well.
Fastball that's fouled back.
Once you get inside like that, you get a guy to recognize that pitch and foul it off. You can come back with your breaking ball. Lefty on left.
Two. Full count. He had Gonzalez 0-2, walked him. He had 2 quick strikes on McCann, and now it's a full count.
He rushed that one. Rushed it to the outside part instead of trusting location to take care of it.
Struck him out. And the first of the night for Alex Wood. 2 out in the inning, and back to the top of the lineup in George Springer.
That's where he wanted to go on a 2-2 pitch. Ended up getting it on a 3-2 pitch. McCann was frustrated.
Springer flying to center his first time.
Springer right there, you can see where he likes the ball. The red indicates over 300 or better. The blue is a little more vulnerable inside. So much information today that you can utilize it and blend it. The players have to have a personality that can soak it in. Too much might be overkill, might paralyze you with information. But it comes down to simple execution, because there is not going to be anything that you don't know with today's information that's being poured in.
20th pitch of the inning is hit hard right at Seager. Alex Wood gets around the walk and is through 3 scoreless. It'll be Taylor, then Seager, who's highlighted here as we go to break, then Turner. For the Dodgers in the 4th, 0-0. Tomorrow on America's Game of the Week, the greatest rivalry in the NFL is reignited on Fox. The Cowboys and the Redskins battle it out in another big NFC East showdown tomorrow at 4 Eastern. Only on Fox, and that'll lead right into Game 5 of this World Series. Tom Brenneman, Troy Aikman, and Aaron Andrews. Richie Zients and Rich Russo. Colby Bourgeois in the truck. Bring you all the sights and sounds from Landover, Maryland. Breaking ball is a good one. And a strike to Chris Taylor underway in the 4th inning. No score.
this is almost like the old-time World Series where the teams saw each other for the first time. But now with interleague play and so much movement, you get familiarity and information. But this team's combined only have 3 World Series participants coming into this, and not a lot of history against the opposing starting pitchers. So first time through, kind of try to feel your way through the game if you're the hitters on both sides.
Yeah, usually advantage pitcher. 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Charlie Morton and 4 on the night. He may be listed, John, as the 4th starter in this rotation for Houston, but he's not pitching like it.
And there's the rare changeup on the right-handed side of the plate. Right-handed hitter geared up for fastballs. Taylor wanting to always get underneath the ball to scoop it, to hit it in the air.
Seager grounds to Altuve. 2 out. Turner will be the hitter, and tonight's telecast is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Step up to the plate for savings. And by Justice League, you can't save the world alone. November 17th. See it in Real D, 3D, and IMAX.
You know, the other thing that you find out, sometimes it can be cruel, sometimes it can be surprising. When you get to this point, you find out a little bit more about players, especially when they come here the first time. And for Charlie Morton, this is a growing up period, and I'm not saying not because of his age. He's a veteran, but he's been through so much. The injuries. It took him about 9 years just to get his full season in the big leagues. He now, through these last couple appearances, confidence through the roof.
Justin Turner has plenty of confidence, and he takes a strike. Popped up his first time. That's strike 2.
And you see the other sometimes, couple bad outings, or sometimes even one really bad outing in the bullpens, and then you're hesitant to go back to those guys. You might play the rest of the series short. A lot of things that go on that magnify the tension and the pressure. It's why I love it, but it's why it can be cruel.
Turner hit .322. That average was second best in the National League. Charlie Blackmon led the way from the Rockies at .331. 21 home runs, 71 RBIs. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Who's coming up? Bregman, Altuve, Correa. Middle of the 4th inning, game 4, no score. Alex Bregman first up, Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa the next 2. Ball 1 up and away from Alex Wood.
I would think the Astros are looking to be more aggressive against his fastball. That's why you're seeing a lot of changeups out of Wood. 13 coming into this inning, only 4 for strikes, and 0 swings and misses.
89-mile-an-hour fastball that zips in there for strike 1.
That'll have to change. So what he's got to do off the fastball is make his changeup look a little more inviting. He's thrown a couple in the dirt.
Up and in just a bit, 2-1. Paul Horvath is our technical director. Punching all the right buttons down in that truck. He's going to punch one right there. He just did it. So now you see from behind the pitcher, 2-1.
They didn't like it when I was in there hitting buttons, by the way.
That misses. 3-1. Plus it's a union violation. Bregman grounded out to short his first time up, 3 for 14 in this World Series. Flies one to center. Taylor is there. 1 out. watching their Dodgers back in Los Angeles. They're packed in here at Minute Maid Park. 18th year the Astros have called this ballpark their home, and it's never looked better, never been louder. And a great home field advantage for the team that's 7-0 here at home during the postseason.
It's an amazing switch. Just a few pitches and it would have been 2-0 coming here, but now these fans and this team knows if they can continue to take care of home field advantage, they're not going back to LA.
2-0 on Altuve. Strike one. Patience from Altuve tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And that was one of those changeups. He cut that changeup, got the strike call. Got to keep the changeup fading away from Altuve.
He can hit him a long way. This time he grounds one up the middle. Tough pickup by Forsythe. Good play. He's made two good plays, and that one not as easy as it looked. Right over the mound and just past the glove of Wood.
Better defense tonight. Uncharacteristically, some defensive lapses yesterday. That big insurance run that people forget about that the Astros got kept it a 2-run game.
Carlos Correa. Dodgers in the 5th inning will have the heart of their lineup. Bellinger, Puig, and Forsythe. And we should be headed there right now. 5th inning now, no score, game 4, good one, another good one. Dodgers and Astros back after this from your local Fox station. Back to the World Series presented by YouTube TV. Those folks are enjoying tonight's game. They're the YouTube TV VIP sweepstakes winners.
That was tough there. Nicely done. The tongue twister.
The tongue twister. Check swing on a ball down and into Bellinger.
Well, for Dave Roberts, he's got to be ecstatic about Alex Wood's performance, but he's got to get his offense going because this is a game where he's going to want to get Kenley Jansen in from multiple outs, not just 3 outs. I would think as soon as he can get him in to try and turn it to Kershaw.
Bellinger fouls it back. Yeah, he's got a couple innings from Jansen if he wants them tonight. He's had 2 days off now. And then, as you say, Kershaw goes tomorrow. How about this? First game since 1998. Yankees and Padres game 3 with 1 combined hit through 4 innings. That was friend David Cohn and Sterling Hitchcock. That series was won, a sweep by the Yankees over San Diego.
Well, see if they stick with it. Curveball down and in. He's yet to lay off of it. Bellinger.
Here it comes on 1 and 2. There it is. Struck him out. 1 out in the 5th. And 6 strikeouts for Charlie Morton.
So last night he had a rough night. A lot of movement. Had everything mechanically out of sync. And this was the pitch. See how aggressive he swings? And a couple times with runners on, he did not even come close to making contact. And right now, for a guy who's been so good, he looks a little bit lost, trying to find it.
That's the one a moment ago. No adjustment yet from Cody Bellinger. Here's Puig takes a ball.
You know, it's like anything else in sports. When you get away from your mechanics or you're not in sync and you have movement, it just creates a problem to be mechanically sound. And right now, too many things are moving for Bellinger, including lack of contact.
Lead to third. Bregman charges. Good play. Good throw. 2 out. He is an aggressive third baseman, and he can really play over there.
You know, Bregman showed his value when Correa went down with the injury. And you can see he definitely takes pride in his defense as well as his hitting. But he played shortstop. And he stepped it up when Correa went down. And now back to third base. He took it personally when he was a trade chip or talk of a trade to go get this or that.
He's 23 years old, playing every day at third base. Here's Logan Forsythe, strike one.
And just getting to know him through his manager has been pretty unique. Just the confidence. It's not arrogance, but it's a confidence in his ability to play above it and play better than the opponent's third baseman or whoever he wants to match up against.
With 2 out, strike 2. Yeah, before every series, manager A.J. Hinch points out the other team's third baseman and says, you have to outplay their third baseman. He's got his hands full in this series with Justin Turner playing third for the Dodgers. Strikeouts, and he's faced the minimum through 5. Still no score. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by T-Mobile. This postseason, there's a new leader in network. T-Mobile, America's best unlimited network. By steal a base, steal a taco, only at Taco Bell. Ball 1 down to Yuli Gurriel. Alex Wood has faced only 1 over the minimum. It's Gurriel, Reddick, and Gaddis. Ball 2, 2-0.
Wood's done a good job. He recognizes Gurriel loves to tack first pitch, so he started him with back-to-back changeups. See if he can get back in the count.
Good job by Barnes to drag that one over. 2-1. Two and 2.
Wood doesn't have to throw 96 to be effective because he's funky in the angle he throws the baseball. As I said, it looks like he's going to crouch down in his delivery, and then he raises back up to come over the top more than it would lower 3/4.
That's popped back here.
So when you think about his delivery and you're looking at it right there, right about here, it looks like he's going to go down, but then he comes right back up with that little leg arm action. It's that late arm action that kind of scared some people early in his career about, can you keep that up? Will your shoulder stay healthy?
Just missed the inside corner, ball 3.
And I say no matter how unorthodox, whether it's Kevin Appier back in the day, if you can repeat it every single time, your chances of success and health are going to be much more improved.
Oh, a 3-2 changeup, and Gurriel was fooled. You saw Barnes call for the fastball. Wood said no changeup, and he tricked him.
Changeup is the kryptonite for a lot of these right-handed hitters, and that's the better version of the changeup he's thrown. And both these pitchers are in rhythm. We saw it in game 1, Kershaw and Keuchel. No rest in between.
Reddick will fly ball into left. Kike Hernandez over there. 2 out.
And as I've said as a pitcher, when you're in these battles, it's great because it keeps you fresh. and it keeps you locked in. And then at some point in the 6th inning, 7th inning, if you're still in the game, then you tell the boys, go get them. Go get a run or two.
Kenny, I know you have more on Alex.
Well, talking about his delivery, guys, Braves scouting director Tony DeMacio and legendary scout Paul Snyder, they saw Wood in college and said, don't worry about all the stuff that happens behind the rubber, because when he gets to his release point, he repeats as well as anyone. Those guys took him 2nd round out of the University of Georgia. Worked out pretty well down the line for Alex Wood.
Here he is trying to go through the 5th inning without allowing a hit. Strike one. This is World Series game number 109 for the Dodgers. And no Dodger starter has ever gone through 5 innings of a World Series game without allowing a hit. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pretty good for a guy who's only pitched once in the last 32 days. That's mentally tough, and being connected to understanding your rhythm might not be where you want it, but he's adjusted.
Strike 2.
Much better feel for his changeup. After the first 2 innings, it looked like that was the rust coming off, and now doesn't seem like any of that has any issues, lingering issues. He's getting it over the plate with fade action, and now some swings and misses.
Gaddis just got a piece to stay alive. Think about all the great Dodger pitchers trying to go hitless through 5 innings in a World Series game and become the first to do it. This is one of the franchises known for his pitching. Whether it's Hershiser or Drysdale or Koufax, Padres. Right on down the line, and it's Alex Wood who is turning in a terrific start here in Game 4.
A lot of people going to put that trivia question in their back pocket.
Good one to have. Two out, bases empty. A 1-2 pitch to Evan Gaddis.
Nice job by Gaddis. He has worked him down, 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 and changed his eye levels. I don't know if they'll go to the high fastball here, but it'd be a great time to kind of change it vertically the other way. But he's walking him out there on those changeups down, fastball down. See what they go to here.
Little pop up. Hitless through 5. And the game is scoreless through 5. What a night for Morton and Wood. 0-0 through 5 in Game 4. Again, join our partners Stand Up to Cancer in reaffirming a commitment to the fight against cancer. Since 2008, Major League Baseball, its fans, players, and coaches have delivered a powerful, determined message that we, together, will defeat cancer. Because of your support, Stand Up to Cancer scientists are making real progress in real time. Please join Major League Baseball, MasterCard, Fox, and the entire baseball family as we stand united and steadfast against cancer. Visit standuptocancer.org to find out how you can help today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Take a break. When we come back, Game 4 of this World Series will go to the 6th with no score. No score into the 6th inning. And just proof of you never know, do you? All the great pitching on each side. We're down to the number 4 starters, and they are pitching like aces here tonight. 5 innings for each guy. No hits for the guy on the left. Alex Wood 1. But that was Chris Taylor leading off the game, and Taylor was erased trying to steal. Just dominance by Charlie Morton and Alex Wood. Our game summary was sponsored by Budweiser, and we go into the 6th inning. Austin Barnes is first up. Hitting spots, great velocity, good breaking ball. Morton's got it all working tonight.
It's pretty amazing for a guy that really doesn't like, or AJ doesn't have him go deep in the games too often, especially in this time frame.
I got him. That hit Barnes on the arm, not the bat. He'll go down to first base to start the 6th. Looks to be fine. Right off the right forearm. And leadoff man is on for the 2nd time tonight for the Dodgers. That is the first hit by pitch of the World Series.
And like I said, Charlie Morton, 13 on the year, led the team.
Brings in Jock Peterson. Getting the vote of confidence from his manager, Dave Roberts. Sizzling over the outside corner, strike 1. Peterson struck out his first time. Now 2 for 6.
So far, the Astros have been a little unorthodox with AJ and how he's gone about the first 3.5 games. He's trusted people that you wouldn't think would finish games, whereas the Dodgers have their formula. They've gone to it, like to go to their bullpen.
That's foul.
Took out Rich Hill early, but talked about needing depth today out of Alex Wood, at least 5 or 6. AJ kind of joked with us that Morton probably will pitch a complete game when he rarely pitches into the 6th during the regular season.
At this rate, he might.
I call that every pitcher, by habit and by structure, has an internal clock, and they recognize when they're in a part of a game that they're not familiar with, or the situation makes them uncomfortable. Charlie Morton hasn't shown any of that these last 2 games.
Decent sized lead for Austin Barnes. That's into left center field, slicing to Gonzalez. 1 out. 1 on, 1 out, and to the number 9 hitter, Kike Hernandez. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by YouTube TV. Cable-free live TV is here. And by MasterPass, the simple, secure way to pay. Here's Hernandez. Kike struck out his first time. Morton has struck out 7, walked nobody. Allowed 1 hit and hit a batter.
Dodgers are looking for something to happen to turn their offense around, much like the Astros did late in game 2.
(2-0) on Kike Hernandez.
I mean, we haven't even had anybody get to second base yet.
Ball 3. That's got Brent Strom, pitching coach for the Astros, off his chair. Going to a phone. Head down, hoping for Morton to guide one back into the strike zone. 3-0. Tension in this ballpark right now. Gets the outside corner, a full count.
That's outstanding. 2 pitches. And if you're Kike, you can't really want to go after that anyway. Starts as a ball, late movement, comes back for a strike.
Check on Barnes, who, despite being a catcher, will try and swipe a bag. He has 1 steal this postseason, 4 during the regular year, and that was close.
Coming into the postseason, 16 double plays induced by Morton.
Runner goes on a fly ball down the right field line. It is foul and out of play. The 91 home runs hit this postseason. T-Mobile's home runs for hurricane recovery donations are over $1,030,000. Now you can do your part. Help break $2 million and tweet or retweet #HR4HR. T-Mobile will donate an additional $2 every single time. Barnes took off on the previous 3-2 pitch. Going on a shot into right center field, and Barnes will go to third. First and third, 1 out, and the best scoring chance of the night on a big hit by the number 9 hitter, Kike Hernandez.
He stayed patient, and with the runner going, he recognizes a strike, tries not to do too much, and goes the other way. And easily to third base. Barnes sees it, gets to third, and it'll be up to Taylor now. Try and get the Dodgers a lead.
Taylor led off the game with a base hit into center. His second hit of this World Series, and now he has a chance to put the Dodgers on top.
I think here with McCann, first pitch breaking ball, and if you have an aggressive Taylor, maybe he chops it to the left side for a potential double play, but he's looking to lift the ball in the air. He wants nothing to do with the ball on the ground, even with his speed.
The Dodgers are 1 for 14 with runners in scoring position in this series. Taylor has become an offensive force, hitting .288, 21 home runs. He's added 3 more this postseason. Homered in Game 1. Using motion with his hands to lead to his swing. The 1-0. Inside corner, good pitch.
Yeah, it's one of the most amazing transformations that I think I've seen in a long time, from no power to a threat of power. And as he talked to us and said, at times he finds himself leaking back towards the old way of hitting, and he just has to have the ebbs and flows to trust the new way of hitting. The success is remarkable.
See the difference this year compared to 2014 through 16. Right-hander is Will Harris getting loose for the Astros in their pen, but all eyes are on Charlie Morton. Ball 2. Tom Verducci.
Hey guys, I remember talking to Chris Taylor this time last year. He was left off the Dodgers postseason roster. So instead of going home, he went straight to Arizona to work with Craig Wallenbach, one of their hitting instructors. And that's where this transformation began. Last year when the Dodgers were in the postseason, he was in Arizona working on this swing.
Right now they're asking him to provide a 6th inning Game 4 lead. Comes home. He's got another. 2 out.
When you see this play, this wasn't routine. The short hop and how he gets it, and right away comes home. No chance of turning 2. Keeps it scoreless. That is not an easy hop. He keeps his head down. And then once he gets the ball, he knows he's got it with a good throw to McCann. The play of the series happened earlier in LA when he made the perfect throw. This turned this series in Game 7 against the Yankees upside down with the absolute dime to McCann.
That got Greg Bird at the plate. On the ball hit by Frazier, and on to a Game 7 win they went. Now the inning is up to Corey Seager, 1st and 2nd, 2 out. Fly ball into left. What a job by Charlie Morton. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Bregman makes another play and a throw to the plate, and we are still scoreless. And Alex Bregman has done his trick yet again. This one not as difficult as the play he made in Game 7 against the Yankees in a 1-0 game at that time. Kept it 1-0, a game they won 4-zip. But the play he just made keeps Game 4 of this World Series scoreless as Brandon Morrow gets loose. Alex Wood hasn't given up a hit.
This will be the hardest inning for him because of the emotional change.
Turner knocks it down. Gets the out. Good play.
Whenever you're sitting in the dugout, Joe, as a starting pitcher, and it looks like your team's going to score, you anticipate it, you wait for it, and then when it doesn't happen in the fashion that it didn't happen, you've got to go back out there and set the tone again. And Alex Wood raced out to the mound, was the first one on the field, ready to go to work, as you mentioned, yet to give up a hit.
That was off the left knee of Justin Turner. Looked like he missed it entirely with his glove. Maybe got a little piece. He is limping on his way out to the right side of second base.
He's doing everything he could. You're right. Didn't even get leather on it.
McCann bends away from strike 1. Struck out his first time. Swung through a 3-2 pitch. Now in the hole 0-2 again.
Well, it was the 6th in LA that both times the crowd got a chance to erupt. 2 great pitched games, and in LA the Dodgers responded with 2 runs each. The Astros are hoping to return the favor here in another beautifully pitched game by both starters.
Struck him out looking. 3rd strikeout for Alex Wood. The bases are empty with 2 out. Back to the top of the order.
Well, the changeup that's getting better and better and better as the game goes on. You just tell by Alex Wood, he is really pumped up and containing his emotion, because it's easier said than done when you're pumped up wanting to match the other starter.
That's down and in, ball 1. The only base runners for Houston, a walk to Correa in the 2nd. Leading off, Gurriel bounced into a double play, a 1-out walk to Marwin Gonzalez in the 3rd. He was stranded. That's it.
And I actually think, based on the way that the Dodgers and Dave Roberts do, this will be his last inning.
No matter what.
I think so. Could be his last hitter. I mean, they've got Morrow up.
Bregman on deck, who has really hit well against left-handed pitching in this postseason. Could be. See if he can come back and get him. 3-0 pitch. Strike 1. Springer 0 for 2 with a fly out to center, and he's bounced out. Wood gives up 1 hit. It was loud and it went far. The shot by Springer. This crowd erupts as the Astros lead in Game 4. Dodgers to the bullpen. Lift me up out of these blue. Well, the narrative in this one coming in was about the number 4 starter going for each side. Both have been outstanding, and Alex Wood gives up 1 hit with 2 out in the 6th. The fateful 6th inning. And it's a home run by Springer. Morrow deals a strike to Bregman.
It's been an amazing series, and it did it twice in the 6th inning in LA, and now Houston temporarily has been able to return that with a 2-out homer by Springer.
This one a long way from over. Bregman grounds, good pickup by, and the inning is over. The play by Bregman in the top of the inning, and then George Springer plants one. in left. Houston up 2-1, leading game 4, 1-0 into the 7th. And back after this from your local Fox station. Justin Turner first up for the Dodgers. Dodgers need a jolt. 1-0 as George Springer is the first batter ever to break up a World Series no-hitter with a home run in the 6th inning or later. 1-0 Houston, up 2-1 as we play in game 4. Turner hits it hard. Bregman knocks it down. Long throw. He got him. What a play.
This ball's hit pretty firm. Knocks it down. Now he gets to his arm and trusts it. Perfect throw.
Remember, Turner took that batted ball off the knee. He was a little gimpy going down the line, and certainly after, as Charlie Morton is fired up, giving the start of his life.
And what you're watching is a lot of trust and a lot of faith, and really what I think, I'd call it gutsy managing, because today everything is on the numbers, right? All the information. Whoa. He got crossed up there. But what AJ's doing, he typically wouldn't do this very often. He's trusting what he sees out of the starting pitchers and how good they're throwing, and not just going by the year-long numbers that tell you you must do this or you must do that. And he's done a great job, and why he's flipping the scales for his team's success in this series.
Cody Bellinger, the 1-0. Last night, A.J. Hinch, who has managed a brilliant postseason, trusted his eyes with Brad Peacock. In Game 7 against the Yankees of the ALCS, he trusted his eyes with Lance McCullers Jr. Both got their first saves.
Because there's a bunch of people already that have watched this game and had Charlie Morton out in the 4th, then they had him out in the 5th, and then they had him out in the 6th. And you're never going to hear from those people that they were wrong.
Two on Bellinger, the 22-year-old who has 41 home runs all in for the year, including 2 in the postseason. But 0 for 13 in this series.
Breaking ball here. Three and 2 count. Will he stay patient? Charlie Morton can go right back to the curveball. Trust you're going to make the different pitch in the location.
Bellinger hits it hard into left. Back at the wall. It's over the head of Gonzalez, and Bellinger's got his first World Series hit. And it's a big one, a one-out double.
It's a miracle.
You can hear him say it's a miracle. That kid can hit, and he's proven it almost every day since he came up on the 25th of April.
And it was the first bad curveball for Charlie Morton on a 3-2 pitch. He didn't pull it in, and he left it out over the plate. And as you said, Bellinger took the best angle of the park to make it difficult to catch. And that might be it. And the fans are going to go crazy for Charlie Morton if it is it.
A.J. Hinch is out to talk. No sign yet. Right now, a quick word from T-Mobile.
every home run during the World Series, T-Mobile will donate $20,000 to hurricane recovery.
Well, that's going to be it for Charlie Morton. What a night. Prior to tonight's game, to help recognize the culmination of its Priceless Causes campaign, MasterCard presented a $4 million donation to Stand Up to Cancer. MasterCard thanks all of its cardholders across the U.S. who helped raise millions of dollars simply by dining out with their MasterCard. Tying run at second, Charlie Morton getting hugs in the dugout. 6 1/3. So far, no runs, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks. Now it's Will Harris out of the bullpen facing Yasiel Puig. Strike one.
Cutters and curveballs, and he has done a nice job rallying for the bullpen that AJ has had some hiccups in, and some guys struggle. Confident right now Harris can get him out of this mini jam.
Double by Cody Bellinger chased Morton. The 0-1. That's in the air into right center. Reddick is back. 2 out. And now Logan Forsythe will be the next hitter as Puig drove one out to right center. An easy catch by Reddick.
Now, if that would have been with 0 outs, it might have been a different approach for Bellinger, because he would have been more focused on getting to third with less than 2 outs. Because he's already in scoring position and 1 out, he's more apt to try to get a good read to score and not necessarily tag up.
The Dodgers are now 1 for 17 with runners in scoring position in this World Series. They're looking for a 2-out hit from Logan Forsythe. Will Harris trying to slam the door on the top of the 7th. Former Tampa Bay Ray Logan Forsythe trying to tie the game with a hit. That's down 2-0.
When you talk about the state of each team's bullpens, the Dodgers had a decided advantage, but statistically it's the Astros so far in this series.
Forsythe has tied this game. Bellinger to the plate, and a 2-out RBI hit makes it 1-1. Last night, Logan Forsythe was lifted for a pinch hitter. Not tonight. Utley stays on the bench, and Forsythe delivers for the Dodgers.
Well, against Cutters, he did the great stay up the middle approach, and he got rewarded. And for both pitchers who was outstanding tonight, neither one of them will get the loss, but neither one of them will get the win. Good job staying on the ball, not trying to pull, goes right up the middle, and with the speed of Bellinger, an easy run producing for Forsythe.
Now Austin Barnes, Forsythe first, that's in the dirt. Good job by McCann. Logan Forsythe has a steal in this series. And these Astro catchers, whether it's been McCann or Centeno, Gaddis when he's been back in there, they've had a rough time trying to throw out potential base stealers. Good job here by your former catcher.
He's gotten so much better behind the plate. Got to throw to him as a rookie in Atlanta. Now a veteran.
Chris Davinsky, the right-hander, getting loose for Houston. This would be a time to run if Forsythe can get a lead and get a jump.
George Lombard has the clock. Knows how fast he goes to home plate. Harris, that is.
Ball 2-0.
It's another part of the game that goes away with numbers. No one wants to make outs on the bases. Stolen bases way down.
2 out in this inning. The count in favor of the hitter Barnes. I think it'd be worth the risk. Not running. Strike 1. Time to stretch. But the Dodgers finally break through. A 1-out double by Bellinger chased Morton. And a 2-out RBI hit by Forsythe ties the game. Another good one. Dodgers Astros tied 1-1. With us tonight on Fox. Bottom of the 7th inning rolls in, a 1-1 game. The series 2-1 Houston, and we look ahead to tomorrow in a rematch of Game 1. Two lefties going at it. Clayton Kershaw, Dallas Keuchel. Game 1 ended 3-1 Dodgers. Both were good. Pitching good tonight. So they're just sitting and watching with the rest of us. They will go in Game 5. Meanwhile, what was a battle between the two starters, John, has turned into a battle now of the two bullpens as Brandon Morrow goes back to work. Altuve, Correa, and Gurriel coming up.
Both managers got way more than they expected as far as length, traditionally, on how they've treated their starters during the year.
Speaking of bullpens, prior to tonight's game, Mariano Rivera and Trevor Hoffman, along with Doug Elliott and Kathy Bromwich of the Hartford, recognized the 2017 winners of the Reliever of the Year award. Kenley Jansen wins it for the National League with his 41 saves and only 7 walks, 109 strikeouts, 68 1/3 innings pitched. Craig Kimbrell, the Boston Red Sox, who was unable to be here tonight, wins it for the AL. He had 35 saves, 126 strikeouts, and 69 innings pitched.
Both dominant, and one of those is hoping to get in tonight's game with the lead.
Yeah, Kimbrell not able to be here. Kenley Jansen definitely here and hoping to pitch tonight. Here's Altuve. 0 for 2 and 3 out of 17 in this World Series. High for ball 1. Altuve has reached base in 22 straight home games. coming into tonight. Not so far tonight. And over those games, he's hit .410 in this park.
It's just impossible when you dig into the stats of Altuve to find a bad one. I mean, from the 7th inning on, when it's typically tougher to hit in baseball, 361.
Question is the American League MVP going to be 5'6" or 6'7"? Altuve or Judge? Those are the top 2 choices most talked about. Judge will win Rookie of the Year, could win MVP, and there they are. 3-2 from Morrow. Turner stays down on it. 1 out. Good stretch by Bellinger on the back end. And with Correa coming up, we'll give you a quick word from T-Mobile.
Tweet #HR for HR and T-Mobile will donate $2 to hurricane recovery.
Morrow comes back from a 3-0 count on Jose Altuve. Now Correa, who's walked and popped up. Jammed him a bit. Long run. Can anyone get there? Puig is trying, but cannot. You talk about how Chris Taylor, the center fielder, has reinvented himself and changed the career path. How about Brandon Morrow, who was signed to a minor league deal, and now he's a guy who can hit triple digits in the late innings coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's healthy, and they've kind of showed him how his high fastball plays nowadays. That one right there, and he's been learning to get outs at the belt because the way that his fastball has carry, which means late life, he's always been thought of trying to get the ball down in the zone. Well, different swing paths, different success now.
Out in left field, Kike Hernandez hauls in out number 2.
So with all the philosophies changing in the game and everybody's so consumed with getting it in the air, swings and misses, the curveball's coming back, the high fastball's coming back, and being able to get to the top of the swings and below the swings are going to be the keys to striking out and really kind of putting a wash to launch angle.
Yuli Gurriel is 0 for 2.
Eight.
98 for strike 1. How good have the Astros and A.J. Hinch been this postseason? 70 innings, they've never trailed. Longest streak in postseason history. Off the shin guard of Barnes, and might have caught Laz Diaz, the umpire. 1-1.
And it's been pitched so well, especially by Houston. Look, left field is short. Right field is short. They've been keeping majority of the opponents in straightaway center to the gaps for outs.
High fly ball to center. Taylor is there. Game 4 is into the 8th. Dodgers will bat. Peterson, Hernandez, Taylor coming up. Tied 1-1. Welcome back to the World Series, presented by YouTube TV. Cable-free live TV is here. And so is Chris Davinsky. The American League All-Star setup reliever. Jock Peterson, strike one, underway in the 8th, tied at 1. They're the numbers this postseason. Everybody's kind of out of their normal role for Houston with some question marks. Saw the save last night by Brad Peacock. It was Harris that was up in the 9th inning while Peacock was pitching, not Giles. Davinsky's trying to keep this game 1-1, and he's no stranger to the 8th inning.
And he looks closer to himself. The longer this series goes, I would anticipate the more comfortable certain guys are with the environment of the postseason, especially the World Series.
One to Peterson.
You breathe different and you think different. And those who can put those two aside will have better chances for success.
Peterson up on the count, 2-1. Davinsky. 94 for strike 2.
Almost an impossible pitch to hit, and I think Peterson definitely thinks this up. This is a signature changeup, and it never wants to be that height. And Peterson, who has actually been seeing the ball way better, not happy with that call.
Kike Hernandez had a big hit in the 6th inning. Set up 1st and 3rd, 1 out, but the Dodgers couldn't do anything with it. As Taylor bounced into a fielder's choice out at the plate. And Seager flied out. High fly ball into left field. Gonzalez in to his right. 2 out. T-Mobile is doubling down their home runs for hurricane recovery donations by committing at least $2 million. Now you can do your part to help break $2 million and tweet or retweet hashtag HR4HR, and T-Mobile will donate another $2 every single time. Now Chris Taylor as Davinsky tries to get through an uneventful 8th.
Unorthodox mechanics. Looks like he's fallen away, creates an illusion. He's got a good fastball, but his signature pitch is that changeup that really kind of throws it to both hitters at any time in the count.
Game 1 was 1-1 through 5. Game 2 in this World Series was 1-1 through 5. Last night, Game 3, Yu Darvish couldn't get through 2. But back on course, Game 4, 1-1 here in the 8th. Good pitching. Dodgers, Astros, strike 2. Gretzky was one of the Astros pleading to have the roof closed. As the World Series came to Houston, there was some talk that the roof might be open. It is chilly out. He said, please close it. Such an advantage. This place is crazy loud. Altuve to his left. That was close and got him by half a step. The Dodgers will make sure. Good call. What a game. 1-1 into the bottom of the eighth. Earlier tonight, Paris Jackson, a member of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Houston Stafford Club, delivered the game ball of Game 4 with Astros pitching legend Roy Oswalt. Each year, MLB and Boys and Girls Clubs work together to create unique opportunities for nearly 4 million children and teens worldwide. To find out how you can help, go to bgca.org. Tony Watson into the ball game. Josh Reddick first up, takes a ball after Morrow went an inning and a third, all zeros.
Reddick has struggled a little bit here at home, but against left-handers, 368. So doesn't have the power against left-handers, but the average stays on the ball pretty good.
Gets under it here and skies it. Turner, 1 out. Big closer for the Dodgers, Kenley Jansen, is getting loose.
It's a huge game when you're trailing 2-1 and you got it to this point. You still feel like the edge is for you in your bullpen. The Dodgers believe so much in that. And they obviously know the only way they can go home and bring the Astros with them is they have to win one of the next 2 games. They're in a good position here if they can get through this inning.
Here's Gaddis, grounded right at Forsythe. 2 quick outs. 1 run, 4 hits for the Dodgers. 1 run, 1 hit for the Astros.
It's been amazing. I mean, there's been 0 traffic basically on the base pass. And each team's looking for a hero now, looking for somebody to get that next big hit. A lot of home runs this postseason. Swing of the bat.
Marwin Gonzalez drew one of the 2 walks against Alex Wood, who was sensational here tonight. Ball 1 from Tony Watson. Former Pittsburgh Pirate. Addition to this bullpen along with Cingrani. Here comes a 1-0. He didn't like the call, a ball and a strike. Career year for Gonzalez. Led the team in RBIs, career high 23 home runs, hit .303. Been quite a few discussions with Laz Diaz, the home plate umpire. And it was there on the inside corner. Fooled him.
I think he's done a nice job as home plate umpire tonight, as the pitchers have been on their game. Hitters have only complained a couple times on some pitches, but we have a little bit of the visual box that can kind of tell the story.
Dodgers in the 9th inning will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Seager, Turner, and Bellinger. Saw Ken Giles, a closer for the Astros, getting loose. Here's a 1-2.
Sliders and changeups off the left-handers has given Gonzalez problems. Tried to go with a slider there, and it was more like a cutter.
Two-2 pitch off the end of the bat. Switch hitter Gonzalez hit 5 of his 23 home runs right-handed. Lined at Forsythe. And game 4 is tied 1-1 into the 9th with the big bats coming up for the Dodgers, down 2-1. Home runs now mean even more in the World Series, with T-Mobile donating $20,000 for every one hit, benefiting hurricane recovery efforts. And now we need the fans to do their part. Tweet or retweet hashtag HR4HR. T-Mobile will donate another $2 every single time. First up, Seager, ground ball right side. That is a base hit. And that greets Ken Giles, the closer for the Astros here in the 9th inning.
Giles been much better at home in the postseason than on the road, and Corey Seager aggressive. He beat the shift. This ball was hit to the other side of Altuve, and heart of the lineup coming up for the Dodgers.
Giles has an ERA of 8.22. You see his numbers overall for the whole season, but in this postseason, he's allowed runs in 5 of his 6 appearances after a really good year. Here's Turner. Davinsky had a perfect 8th with 1 strikeout. Giles gives up the leadoff hit. Justin Turner 0 for 3. 2-0.
You just wonder how long and how much longer the Astros can do that to Turner. They've kept him at bay. The best hitter for the Dodgers has really been shut down. 2 for the 16 in this series. Of course, that 2-run homer at home.
Ball 3-0. And the veteran McCann out to try to slow down Giles.
You know, it's been a strange postseason for Giles in the sense that traditional roles would have been plugged in. It didn't. Starters have closed out some games. You wonder about his rhythm and psyche, but you certainly can't blame AJ for what he's seen. Certain relievers feel and throw in these pressure situations.
Well, Musgrove now is getting loose. Here's a 3-0. Swinging on 3-0. It's 3-1. Turner rewarded with a 4-year deal leading into this season. That's ball 4. A hit, a walk. 2 on, nobody out for Cody Bellinger. Here comes Brent Strom out to A, talk to Ken Giles, and B, allow Musgrove more time to get loose in the bullpen. We'll give you a quick word from Duracell.
Duracell is the #1 trusted brand.
Well, now we'll see what the Dodgers want to do with Bellinger. He went down and talked with Chris Woodward, the third base coach. It's 2 on, nobody out. Kenley Jansen getting loose for the Dodgers in their pen. What do you do with your cleanup hitter?
Well, he's had bunt hits, right? So you know he can get the ball down. He has been struggling, although that hit made him feel a lot better, but he has 0 sacrifice bunts. So the bunt hits were against the shift, and now with Jansen, you just got to get him the lead somehow, some way.
Opportunity in the ninth for the Dodgers. Checked his swing on ball one. Yasiel Puig on deck.
You would think if they were to bunt, they would walk Puig and load the bases. So you're looking at Forsythe being able to get the job done. Looks like they're going to try to get 3 cracks at it by swinging.
There it is into left center field. Another hit for Bellinger. Seager will score. Going to third is Turner. Another double for the rookie. 2-1 Dodgers in the ninth.
Said you wonder when it's going to click for a guy who's been struggling. He got a double on a hanging slider. He went the other way with this fastball, and he can fly for a big guy. As soon as he let go of the bat, he had 2 written in his mind. He gets to second. And Kershaw, who's pitching tomorrow, knows he'd much rather be 2-2 than down 3-1.
Cody Bellinger delivers for the Dodgers. He's doubled his last 2 at-bats after going 0 for his first 13. And that's it for Kent Giles. A single, a walk, a double. And the Dodgers have their first lead. 2-1. Second and third, nobody out. Musgrove coming in. And welcome back to the World Series presented by YouTube TV. Cable-free live TV is here. Well, the Astros have been so dominant this postseason. This is the first time they've trailed at home. 2 games against the Red Sox, 4 games against the Yankees, and now almost 2 full games against the Dodgers in the World Series. It's just been an incredible run. Now the Dodgers lead 2-1, and they have a chance for a big inning with Puig digging in. Charlie Culberson is running at third for Justin Turner. And he'll stay in the ball game and play defensively. You wonder if Turner is still bothered after getting hit on that inside part of his left knee earlier in the night. Infield is in for the play at the plate. Musgrove, strike 1.
He's got a big arm, big guy, fastball downhill, breaking ball. And he's asked to do something that is going to be very difficult. Wiggle out of this jam. Try to keep it at 1 for a fighting chance against Kenley Jansen.
Comes the 0-1. Good pitch. 96. Wouldn't Musgrove and the Astros love a strikeout here? It's 0-2.
I'm just telling you that people who follow this series and get carried away with the momentum, if these teams played 50 times in the year, I don't think either team would win 3 in a row. That's how good and evenly matched they are.
Musgrove looking for a strikeout. Just missed inside, ball 1. He is an impressive big-framed right-hander who, as you can see, throws hard. Trying to bail out the Astros here in the ninth. Yasiel Puig had his first road postseason RBI here last night. McCann jogs out to talk to Musgrove. Correa will come in and get in on the conversation as well. Culberson and Bellinger, the runners. The 1-2. Struck him out.
Fantastic scouting report and great pitch selection. Only 6 strikeouts on curveballs for Puig. And the fastball up. What a great pitch. Now they'll walk, the bases loaded.
The intentional pass given to Forsythe. Austin Barnes will be the hitter.
This is how quick it can change in a series. We saw Bellinger look absolutely lost. 4 strikeouts, not even close. Body, head, everything moving. And he was in the same situation tonight. No hits until the 7th, and a hanging curveball that he goes with it, and he goes, you got to be kidding me. And then he comes right back with another big hit. And as this manager talked to us, this young kid has had a fantastic year, and only in the last 2 or 3 games has he gone into a funk. Well, he broke out of it at the right time.
Strike 1 on Barnes. And what Dave Roberts said was, I'm not going to throw 170 games away just based on the last couple of at-bats by Cody Bellinger. He can hit, and I want him to stay aggressive. And like it was with Springer, going the other way got him locked back in. Springer's opposite field home run in game 2 that was the game winner. Bellinger 2 doubles going to left center his last 2 at bats.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he only had one other longer stretch in the regular season where he didn't get a hit, but it's magnified, and he's asked about it every single day. Oh, by the way, he's a rookie.
Here comes the 0-1 to Barnes. The Astros in the 9th will have McCann, Springer, and Bregman. If anybody gets on, Altuve. Austin Barnes. Low for ball 2.
Pretty good pitch and a good take for Austin Barnes. He's looking for something a little bit more up so he can get the ball in the air, maybe a sac fly or a gapper. Ball on the ground. The Astros are going to kind of read what they need to do. Middle infielders, if it's hit hard, they'll turn 2. If not, they'll come home to McCann.
Two and 2. Down the line, it is foul. And that's going to send McCann out to the mound.
A little bit of a spinner there. Fortunately, it was pulled foul. But that's the approach Barnes has to have. Get it in the air. He knows it right about now.
Pitching coach Strom pacing in the dugout. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a 2-2 count. In the air to right. Reddick is back in front of the track. He's got it. Tagging and scoring Culberson. And the Dodgers lead it 3-1. Austin Barnes delivers a big RBI here in the 9th.
Great piece of hitting. That Not trying to do too much. Pacey looking for a ball up. Got it.
Dave Roberts has his closer getting ready. McCann, another meeting with Musgrove, who is keeping his team in it. Kenley Jansen will face these three hitters, who are combined 2 for 10, with 5 strikeouts between the three of them against the big right-hander.
I know Musgrove likes his fastball slider combination. He's got a real big curveball, but the bases loaded 2-2 count may have prevented him from trusting that big breaker.
Jock Peterson now. Strike 1. Runners at the corners with 2 out. 2 runs are home for the Dodgers, who trail in the series 2 games to 1. Fifth pitcher of the night for the Astros. Joe Musgrove trying to keep it now a 2-run game. High fly ball to right. Back at the wall. It's gone. Jock Peterson is second of the series. And the 3-run shot makes it 6-1 LA in the 9th.
You like that? You like that?
Peterson breaks it open here in the 9th, and that channels his inner Kirk Cousins.
I'm telling you, for a guy that struggled as much as he did coming into the postseason, he has really had some good at-bats. That's the captain.
5-run 9th inning. And the first 3 runs are charged to Giles. Hits one into left for Gonzalez. 8 men to the plate in the 9th for the Dodgers, down 2 games to 1, trying to even this World Series. Peterson yelling, "You like that?" They like it in LA. They like it in that dugout. Dodgers lead by 5. StatCast is powered by Amazon Web Services. Got on top of that pitch, Jock Peterson, and shot it way out of here to right. 3-run blast.
He did. His manager had put him in the lineup, hoping that he'd run into a couple, and that's exactly what he's done. But I've been more impressed by some of the takes, some of the lack of wild swings that we've seen out of him.
You know, for all the changes, and here's one of them for Dave Roberts, Kenley Jansen, who blew the save in game 2 when Roberts asked him for a 6-out save. He comes into the ball game. A couple of moves that Dave Roberts didn't make coming into this game tonight stand out. McCann tries begins to bunt. The play is made by Seager. What a play. And then dug out on the other end by Cody Bellinger. One pitch, one out, and Seager was the only guy over there.
It's the only reason he made that play is he anticipated it. See how he started coming in once he saw the angle of the bat change? Seager, a shortstop, playing the truest position, not in the shift. He's kind of medium. And McCann just a little firm. If he'd have had it closer to the line, a much more difficult play, but the right play for McCann and a great play on both ends.
So 1 out, nobody on for Springer. It goes without saying as that's in for a strike. Dave Roberts with a 5-run lead. It's not a save chance, but he wants an economical 9th inning by Jansen with Clayton Kershaw going tomorrow. He'd like to have his top reliever rested and ready to go, and maybe for more than an inning.
Yeah, he wants 2 pitchers tomorrow night.
Shattered bat, strike 2.
He wants Kershaw for 7, and I would say Jansen for 2, because then you have the day off and you go home. But either way, the way this is set up now, the Dodgers got exactly what they needed. They held the Astros to 1 hit coming into the 9th inning. Never thought they would be tied, only giving up 1 hit, but then broke it open and are feeling much better about this series now.
A couple of the non-moves for Roberts, leaving Austin Barnes in his lineup. Just got a big sac fly for an RBI. And sticking with Jock Peterson, the DH, and he rewards him with his 2nd home run of the series, the 3-run shot. For all those moves we've talked about, Roberts stayed with 2 guys, and it's paid off.
Yeah, they were struggling. This lineup had gone cold.
2-2.
But when you're watching the game, you sit there and you go, wow, your starter gives up 1 hit and he comes out. That's how good Wood was. But he came out as soon as he gave up the hit, and that's the only hit of the game. Part of the reason why the Dodgers are leading.
That's out number 2. High heat. And now Bregman will be the hitter. As you watch this replay, John, this should be a night that you celebrate and your Atlanta Braves teammates celebrate. The last 1-hitter, which is what's happening right now with Bregman digging in, combined in a World Series was the clincher 22 years ago today for your Braves. Game 6, Glavine and Wohlers over the Indians. And that got you your ring.
Yeah, remember it very well. But no team has ever been 1 hit, with the only hit being a home run in World Series history. Racking up records.
Bregman took a ball. Now a swinging strike. Only 8 pitches so far for Jansen. Watson in line for the win. The bullpen good again. Brandon Morrow. Come to expect him to put up zeros, which he did through an inning and a 3rd. By the way, Logan Forsythe has moved over to 3rd base. Charlie Culberson, who ran for Justin Turner, is at 2nd. The 2 out, nobody on. The count's 1-2 on Bregman.
There's a lot of people right now in LA holding Game 6 tickets that are excited.
Bregman spoiled it.
Just 2 really good teams, and you know there's so much strategy that goes in, but there's so much anticipation around the starters, and the starters have had a lot of great outings that really stifles and puts hitters in funks. The exception of Darvish.
High fly ball into left, back at the wall. It's gone. Bregman a home run at 6-2. And there will be no 1-hitter tonight for the Dodgers pitching. Alex Bregman, the 23-year-old, with his 4th home run of this postseason.
You don't get the ball away from him. I talked about those short arms and quick stroke. That one wasn't exactly the cutter away. You take small victories, even though the game looks like it's going the Dodgers' way. You feel good about the next situation you might face. They're a great closer.
2 out now, and Altuve takes the ball. And again, not just the home run for Bregman, but if you can pile up the pitch count for Kenley Jansen, that's another small win for the Astros here in the 9th. And they'd love it. Into right center field. Back is Taylor. Dodgers have evened the series. They win it 6-2 here tonight. The starter Alex Wood outstanding. The bullpen terrific. Cody Bellinger with a pair of big doubles. Jock Peterson with a 3-run shot which broke it open. And in a game that lasted 3 hours 6 minutes, Watson gets the win. Giles suffers the loss. And this 2017 World Series is tied 2-2.
I'm loving it. I mean, this has been a classic series. 2 heavyweights. We've got a great game with 2 top left-handers going. And what I call the teeter-totter game in the 5th inning. Which way is it going to swing? Right now, the Dodgers feel a whole lot better.
Well, the narrative coming into this game was about the 4th starters, Alex Wood, Charlie Morton. They couldn't have pitched any better. But the big hits late by the Dodgers, getting a run in the 7th, 5 in the 9th, and they win it 6-2 down to Tom Verducci.
Thanks, Joe. Well, Cody, you found out how quickly the baseball world turns over. Hitless for the World Series, to the youngest player in World Series history with 2 doubles. I want you to take me through the 2 doubles. The first one, the feeling of relief, and the second one, what a short swing.
Yeah, relief for sure. I think everyone knows I was struggling, and like you said, that's the beautiful thing about baseball. You can come out and help your team win the next day, and that's what I try to do. And like I said, hit the ball the other way and not try to pull off like I have been.
And how about you were staring at an elimination game tomorrow, 7 outs away from an elimination game. Now series tied, and you've got Clayton Kershaw on the mound. Size up the series at this point.
Yeah, we're going to try and do what we did today. Coming tomorrow, we got the right guy on the mound with Kershaw, like you said. And I know he's going to give 110%, so we're going to try and back him up and give 110% as well.
Cody, thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back to you.
Well, the Dodgers have tied this series at 2 games apiece. And the final tonight is 6-2. Bellinger, a big part of it. And the rookie with a double in the 7th, a double in the 9th, an RBI, 2 runs scored, and this is back to square. 2-2. Kevin, guys, all yours.
Joe, thank you very much. It's almost like it's game 2 only flipped, right? I mean, getting to the bullpen late. Now we got ourselves a best-of-3 series. We're all even at 2 games apiece in this World Series. Frank Thomas, the Hall of Famer. Keith Hernandez, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and I will return after this. A lot to talk about. It all happened late in this game. But the Dodgers outlasting the Astros to tie this World Series up. We're back.